Hey guys, I'm back. So, video number 3 coming your way. My handy dandy list. Who I am. Alright, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story, okay? When I was in preschool, I was that kid who would sit in the corner of the room and say nothing. I didn't talk to anybody. I wouldn't share my toys. I would literally sit there in a chair and do nothing. Because I remember my mom would always tell me that my teachers would complain because I would say nothing. I wouldn't say anything to anyone. I wouldn't talk to the teachers. I barely talked to my family. I talked to my mom and my dad and my brother because I didn't have sisters at the time. Talked to my brother. Wouldn't talk to my grandparents. I talked to those 3 people. That was it. Throughout elementary, I was that kid who no one liked, but at the same time, no one hated. I just simply existed at the time. No one noticed me. No one really knew my name. I just kind of was there. I tried talking to people. No one would talk to me. I was that kid who you would see and you'd acknowledge them, but you wouldn't take the time to actually talk to them. I was that kid who, no matter what they did, you just didn't pay attention to them. I was kind of like the wind. You know, you always notice me, but it just kind of happens. There's nothing you can do about it. 6th grade, that's when I really started coming out. 6th grade, I was that kid who was way too nice. I was that kid who let everyone boss me around. I was that kid who just did everything for anyone. I was that kid who, no matter what, would just be the happiest person. In 6th grade, I was that kid who would just try and talk to everybody. I was that kid who would make sure everyone was okay. I was that kid who talked too much. I was that kid who was in everybody's business. I was just that kid. Then came middle school. In middle school, I was that kid who everyone hated. In middle school, I was that kid who everyone thought it would be fun to make fun of. I was that kid who rumors were spread about day after day. I was that kid who was everyone's punching bag, who would come to school with black eyes and busted lips every other week. I was that kid who was so depressed, but no one ever noticed. In middle school, I was that kid who no one would talk to. I was that kid who you noticed and you would know how sad they were, but you would never take the time out of your day to actually talk to them. You would notice them. You'd see the tears and the scars, but you'd never actually see if they were okay. You just kind of noticed it. In middle school, I was that kid who no one really cared for. 8th grade year, everything changed. In 8th grade year, I was that kid who was always sad. In 8th grade, I was that kid who didn't... How do I explain it? I was that kid who talked to everybody and put up this front. I was that kid... Here we go. A lot of you guys can relate. In 8th grade, I was that kid who had that bubbly personality, who always had a smile, who made the best out of everything. I was that kid who pretended everything was fine when in reality inside I was broken and battered and bruised to the point of no return. In 8th grade, I was that kid who tried to commit suicide. I was that kid who ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks. In 8th grade, I was that kid who came back and everyone knew their story. Now I'm in high school, and I'm that kid who everyone wants to be friends with. I'm that kid who everyone knows their name. I am that person. I'm that kid who everyone is friends with. I'm that kid who knows when they're sad, they're going to have somebody there for them. I'm that kid who, when you see them cry, you want to try to make them better. I'm that kid who is always there for everyone, but no one ever comes to me because they know I have my own problems. I'm that kid who's there for everyone. I'm that kid who gives advice. I'm that person who always knows what to say. I am that kid who has all the answers. I am that kid who just no matter what knows what to say. I am that kid who will always be there for you, who no matter what won't leave, and you can always talk to me. I'm that kid who cares about everything, about everybody. I'm that kid who went from being a nobody to a loser to nothing to an inspiration. Who am I? I'm Hope. I'm that underdog. And I am proof that things do get better. In this video, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Lily Zulis. I want to give a shout out to my friend Lily Zulis because she has been there for me for everything. I met her in the 6th grade, and when things got tough, she was actually always there for me, and she always has been. Sure, we've had our fights, but what friends don't fight. Lily, if you're watching this, I love you to death. You're one of my best friends, and I hope that that always stays. I hope that I never lose you because I don't think I could bear that. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned because I got more coming your way. Bye, guys.